started to wonder, and I wondered, which led me to wonder. I had to wonder. I started to wonder. I couldn't help but 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 wonder.
What the fuck is up, gamers? And welcome to Seagulls Make Do. I'm your host, Alex, and, Mawich?
I'm your host, Stephanie, and I'm gossip columnist Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Ugh. That's a nightmare. I've seen Hamilton, and, honestly, I didn't like it. But that's for another podcast, I suppose. If someone wants to do a musical theatre podcast, then I've got something to say about Hamilton.
That's valid. I haven't seen it, and the only things I've ever seen him in are things that he guests in that I watch. Or, I've been watching his Dark Materials, and he's in that, and I'm like, okay, I guess. But mostly just the gossip columnist from this episode looked a lot like Lin-Manuel Miranda to me, so...
He did. He low-key did. Anyway, yeah, so speaking of the episode, we are talking about Season 4, Episode 15, Change of a Dress. Get it?
I think I get it. Because dress for, marriage.
Yes, you wear a dress sometimes when you get married.
Yeah. Yeah, we continue this whole... I keep forgetting that Carrie is engaged, just like Carrie keeps forgetting that she's engaged. So we, get to the start of the episode, and I'm like, oh yeah, Carrie's seeing Aiden, it's, good, or I guess it's good. And then, oh, right, they are engaged now. And Carrie has the exact same reaction.
Yeah, I mean... I don't know how you forget you're engaged.
Yeah, I guess it just slips out of her head because she's too busy thinking about... I don't know. I don't think she thinks about anything, so...
No, that's true. So I guess we'll get into her zero-brain antics, but before that, we see Charlotte in, a nothing scene. Basically, she's at, a tap dance class.
Yeah.
And then we cut, straight to her and the girls having drinks, and her, Carrie, and Aiden having dinner. And she says that she's been doing tap and sculpture classes.
She is very smart at handling the breakup or the divorce, because the best way to not be massively depressed about being lonely is to have hobbies. And so she's doing a good job.
True. Every time, I don't know. I think I said this last week that I had a semi breakup, and I'm depressed as soon as I stop doing anything. I'm like, damn.
You gotta be occupied at all times. I know that when I moved here, I was alone, and I didn't, because Matt didn't live here yet, and I had no friends when I first moved here, and I was so lonely all the time. And it's oh, now that I podcast and do competitive Pokemon, I'm less depressed now. It's weird how having hobbies makes you happy.
Kendrick Lamar voice, damn.
Right? Yes. So,
and then I stop being sad when I'm doing something. I'm not sad now because I'm also drunk. So we'll see how this episode goes.
I love it so much. So valid.
Yeah, she's out with Carrie and Aiden, and they're supporting her during this difficult time. And then Susan Sharon, who we haven't seen since season 2, shows up.
I didn't even know that we had seen her before. I was oh, this woman with the accent shows up.
The accent. Yeah, I think, because I had a look at the IMDb. Shout out to IMDb.
I love IMDb, yeah.
And they say that she was in The Ugly Truth, and I'm oh yeah! I vaguely remember us making fun of a character with 2 first names.
Oh my god, I do remember that! Okay, yeah, I don't remember her character, but I remember making fun of her.
Yeah, I don't remember. You could ask me what happened last week, and I couldn't tell you.
No, fucking same. I don't know fucking anything. I don't know what happened this week until I look at my notes, and I'm like, this is what happened next, and then I remember.
Same! I have to watch it the day we record, or else I cannot. I have notes. If I don't watch it the day of, my brain will delete it, because I've got too much shit to be fucking doing.
There's just too much going on. I watch it the night before. Well, sometimes I watch it more than one night before, depending on if I if we move the recording schedule around, but like generally I'll watch it like the night before and that's fine, but like I definitely have to look at my notes to know what's going on. Like I'll be like, oh, I need to come up with a nickname for today, and then it's like I literally have no idea what happened. I have to skim my notes to be like, what was the premise of anything?
I come up with my nickname perhaps like 10 minutes before I press record.
Same every single time, like every week without fail.
Yeah.
So okay, wait, we didn't mention her necklace. You said in the chat that you liked her necklace.
I liked it. I know. I liked it.
It's too many necklace. Like, it's like she has a pearl necklace that's so long that goes all the way down past her tits, but it's like, it must be 50 feet long because she has it wrapped around her neck about 10,000 times.
She is wearing, like, the necklace of the last Tsarina of Russia.
Yeah.
Like, it is that much. Like, she looks like a princess. So I kind of like it because I'm just like, this is so over the top that I'm kind of enamored by it. I think the outfit she wears later is 100 times worse.
Yeah, she has another one that sucks this episode. But because the rest of this outfit is fine. It's just that the pearls really throw me off. But I also just don't really care for pearl necklaces, like, at all. So that might be it, too.
I don't know. I think maybe... because I have the inverse. I like a pearl necklace. Like, I hate that you can't say it without someone making a sex joke.
The thing is, it's funny.
It is funny.
I mean, like, a pearl necklace is fine because I'd rather have it there than, like, most other places. So, like...
I don't! I feel... alright, let's not get into that. But, my... grandmother gave me like a bunch of like heirloom, like, and my mum, but like I have like a lot of like heirloom pearl necklaces.
Okay.
So I like them. Also, I don't really have anywhere to wear them, so every time I see them in like a non-formal setting, I'm like, ooh.
True,
because I have like 4 and they're mostly like double stringed, so if I wore them all at the same time, I would have like a super. I would have, like, you know, the décolletage covered in pearls. I'd have, like, a Bukkake necklace, but...
like a Bukkake necklace?
Yeah.
I really, like, I know exactly what you mean, which is why I hate it so much.
But, yeah. Anyway, Susan Sharon comes over and is like, what's up, girls? I haven't seen you in ages. What's new? And Carrie's like, oh, you know, same old, same old. And then Charlotte's like, you're engaged.
Yeah, and Aiden's like right there too, which is the funniest part. It's just like, oh, right. Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot I'm engaged. And yeah.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, this is my... oh, yeah. And then she's like, why are you wearing your engagement ring around your neck? And she's like, is that what all the kids do these days? And Carrie's like, so it's closer to my heart.
Oh my God, and she fucking falls for it. She's like, oh, that's so sweet. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is like, clearly Carrie has some serious commitment issues and it's not cute. But everyone's like, it's so cute that you say this. And like, Carrie is so stressful to me. And Aiden's just sitting there like, hi. I mean, and fuck. The woman's just like, Susan Sharon is like, well, when's the date? Is it a spring wedding? Is it a fall wedding? Is it a summer wedding? Oh my God, like what? I need all the details. And Carrie's like, you know, we like haven't really planned a single thing. We don't have any idea when it is or where it is or what's going on. And she's like, well, you got to get on that because, you know, like the venues, blah, blah, blah. And Carrie's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, you better start planning soon because, you know, like, your wedding stuff you need to plan, like, a year in advance.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those things where, like, her and Aiden have clearly not talked about a date yet, and a lot of people get engaged knowing full well they won't be getting married for a while. Like,
yeah.
Further than a year in the future. I mean, they definitely haven't talked about it. I imagine Aiden probably figured they'd be getting married less than a year from then. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm just making assumptions. But yeah, like, clearly Carrie hasn't thought about a single thing because it's, like, very superficial. It's very much not, like, a real thing that's happening to her, I think.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like, I would go as far to say that in character for Aiden, he doesn't know how weddings work.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
how long they take to plan. But I would assume he's like, okay, yeah, once there is a grace period, which Carrie mentions, where you're like, we're engaged, and then you kind of start planning it. You know?
Yeah, like, I imagine there are some people who just go absolutely apeshit and, like, they get engaged and they're planning it, like, the next day because they're, like, you know, that kind of person, which is
They're Virgos.
extremely, yeah, they're Virgos.
Yeah.
But not Carrie. Carrie's our, you know, Airy Libra bitch. So she definitely doesn't want to plan anything. And, like, she's never been the kind of person, like Charlotte would absolutely just be planning her wedding, like, immediately as soon as getting engaged. But, like, yeah. But Carrie, I feel like it's not a grace period that she wants. She wants, like, another few years to just live as, like, a couple, I think. So,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
in her defense, because, like,
I think that's normal, though. I
think it's normal. Yes.
I don't think people should be like, oh yeah, let's get married immediately. Like, if I were to be engaged, I think particularly now or in the near future, I would like to just be engaged for a while, you know?
Yeah,
Let's
just
have
kind
that.
of, yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the place in your life too, because, like, if it was me, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, I would want to be in a place where I could, you know, afford to have a wedding that's, like, the kind of wedding I would want to have, and not just, you know, throw something really cheap together. That's, like, I want to be able to have fun with the people I care about, and I want to be able to afford that, even if it's not, like, an expensive venue or anything, just, like, to be able to have a good time. And, like, if it's, like, something that I wouldn't be able to afford now, it's something I'd maybe want to, like, save up for or something like that. But, like, for Carrie, it's not so much that, I guess. But, like, I do still think she's valid in the sense that, like, I feel like her and Aiden have dated for, like, maybe a year sum total. Like, I don't know the timeline, but, like, that is too soon to be, like... To me, that's way too soon to be getting engaged, but especially, like, if you just got engaged after you've been together for, like, a year, sit on it for a while before you start planning it. Like, just, like, let it, like, you don't need to move that fast. I think Aiden moved too fast on this.
Let it brew like a nice cup of tea, you know?
Yeah, just let it marinate. Like, just, you know, like, have a nice little time, enjoy your lives, and I don't know, you don't need to, like, rush to get it all done. And, like, I guess we find out later that Aiden does have, like, reasons for doing this really fast, but, like, they're both valid because, like, I understand where both of them are coming from.
But, like, maybe have this conversation before you get engaged.
Well, maybe don't say yes to someone just because they're giving you a ring. Like, say yes because you genuinely want to say yes. And I don't know, maybe, like, don't propose to someone when you don't even live together. Like, I don't know. There's just so many things that went wrong.
Maybe move in together first and, like, see how that goes, because living with someone is a lot different to, like, seeing them occasionally.
Hugely.
Yeah. Kind of taking an L on this one, but whatever.
Valid. The thing is, Carrie's an idiot, and Aiden is, like, well-intentioned, but also an idiot. So, like, it's just a bad pairing. Like, he deserves better than Carrie, but also Carrie needs to make better decisions in general. So, but
100%.
But then we go to Samantha and Richard.
Yes, and they're enjoying breakfast together, and Samantha's looking at the news, and she sees that Richard's on page 6, and he's in the tabloid section. He's been seen canoodling with BB London, who I'm like, am I supposed to know who that is?
Who the fuck is, like, I'm guessing this is supposed to be a made-up person, because BB London is absolutely a fake-ass name.
It's not BB Rexa. It's BB London.
It's BB London, and it's like, the fuck. But yeah, there's just a picture of them in the paper, like as if this guy is, like, New York famous enough to be in the paper in a tabloid. But I guess,
like, maybe he's meant to be, like, Trump.
I don't, like that, I guess because he has, like, the hotel thing going for him, and he clearly has a lot of money, but it's weird because it's kind of like, you know, there's, like, actual celebrities who live in New York, right?
Like, a lot of them, but then I guess, like, I also watch a lot of Real Housewives of New York, and they're always like, I'm on page 6, and I'm like, these people aren't famous.
That's, like, true.
For any reason, like, you're not, like, just because you married well, like, that's not a celebrity.
What are they even doing on page 6? Like,
they're like, so-and-so was spotted being drunk at a party, and you're like, oh my god, scandal.
So they went to a party? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh my god, what a fucking whore. She went to a party and got drunk.
God. Yeah, this is why tabloids are just garbage. But yeah, she like immediately, because so Richard goes to get in the shower and like Samantha immediately calls her friend who writes the tabloid, I guess, because she just knows him.
Well, she's a PR person, so I guess it makes sense.
Well, that's true, because it's like, her whole thing is PR, yeah.
But like, I feel like she does PR for like, this is the thing, I don't know. I feel like she does PR for like companies.
That's what I thought too, because it's like businesses and stuff. It's not like she does represent people, I guess, because like there was that Lucy Liu episode and like,
yeah,
I don't know, but I guess it kind of makes sense. But she calls up this guy, and this is the Lin-Manuel Miranda gossip columnist guy, and
JJ.
JJ. Yes, he is gossip. He's gossip guy. I do call him gossip guy like 10 times in my notes. Like XOXO.
Gossip guy.
Yeah. And she's like giving him crap because she's like, I can tell you that I have, good information that he's actually been canoodling with someone else and not this person. And he's like, yeah, okay. Whatever you say. No. Man.
He's like, there's literally a picture of them, but go off.
Yeah, right. And then Samantha like hangs up and she goes into like the shower and she's like, Richard, so I saw that you were canoodling with BB London in the tabloid. What's up with that? Because I'm your publicist, so I need to know everything that's going on just so I can just be on top of things. And he's just like, and what about it? He's basically just like, he looks straight in the camera and he says, Promble?
He says, and what about it? And flips his Ariana Grande ponytail.
Oh, he does. And then she's just like, no, there's no problem. No Promble here. Just need to know what's going on. And then he's like, okay, well then get your hot ass in the shower, sexy lady. Or I don't know what he says, but he says something stupid like that.
Sexy lady. He starts singing Gangnam Style.
He does. Opus Samantha style.
But
and everyone claps.
Shower.
Yeah.
But she gets in the shower, and okay, so my shower is like this. All right, R.I.P. Okay, I don't have a shower anymore because I moved house, but I do have I don't have a bath anymore. I mean, I do have a shower. I don't have a bath. Send F's in the chat. I don't have a bath anymore, so I can't have like my 2-hour-long baths I used to.
That's so sad.
Anyway, but I have like a waterfall shower and then like a little handily movable one for washing of buttholes. And
yeah,
he has one of those and he puts it directly on her clit and she's like, oh.
He does do that and she does do that.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's like, oh, he thought about this. When he was clearly designing his place, he thought about that.
He's like, I need a clip blaster in my shower or else I'm not buying the place.
Okay, King. Thinking about his women.
That is a true king move. Like, regardless of whatever he's doing with these other women, like, that is a king move. And we absolutely have to hand it to him for this one.
It is. I think maybe just because I like James Remar as an actor, I'm like, I love Richard, even though he sucks.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way because, like, you look at him and I'm like, the thing is, he is sexy. Like, I look at him and I'm like, he is, like, he's not Kyle MacLachlan, but he is still a very attractive man, and I do love to see him on my television. And, like, he's got that, like, little snarky kind of, like, smile that, like, it works in the way that, like, Big is supposed to be, I think.
Yeah.
But, like, Big doesn't pull it off to me. Like, I can tell that he's supposed to be charming, but, like, the way that Richard does it, I'm kind of like, I know you're a scumbag, and I know you are terrible, but I still like to see you. And, like, you're charming to me, so.
Like, I know guys who I'm like, I hate you because you're a dickhead, but also, hit me up.
Yeah, he's kind of got that, like, Willem Dafoe look, where I'm like.
He does. Him and Willem Dafoe could play brothers. They small-teethed brothers.
And I feel like both of them, like, I don't know why they're attractive, because they're both, like, kind of just old. But they're both, like, I get it. Like,
I was listening to the We Hate Movies episode on Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which he's in, James Remar. And they're like, he always plays a scumbag. And he does.
But it's because you have to cast someone hot as a scumbag, otherwise they won't be likable.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
that's the thing.
Oh, you're a dickhead, but, like, I could, you know? I could.
Right? Yeah, it's like, it's fiction.
It's true.
It's fine.
I kind of, any actor who, like, routinely plays villains, I kind of have, like, Alan Rickman rules for them. I'm like, oh, you're probably a nice guy. Like, Alan Rickman always played horrible people. But he was definitely a nice man. Like, everyone said, no, he was lovely. So I'm like, right, if you play villains, you're probably a nice guy. Just out of respect to Alan Rickman, I will give you the benefit of the doubt.
I would too. I mean, I would fuck Hans Gruber, even if he wasn't the nice person that Alan Rickman is. So, like, I don't know. That's just me. But
yeah. Honestly, he's not even a terrorist. He was just trying to get money, and, like, we live in a capitalist society, so...
Yeah, we do, and that's the tea, and I fucking love Die Hard, so fuck everyone.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and fucking Merry Chrysler. Fucking, you know what is the real tea? Is if you think about fucking, what the fuck is Bruce Willis's name in Die Hard? Like,
oh my god, what is his name? John McClane.
Yes, John McClane. Why am I supposed to be rooting for him? He's a cop and he takes his shoes off.
We have said in how many episodes, honestly, he's not even a terrorist. He was just trying to get money, and, like, we live in a capitalist society, so...
Yeah, we do, and that's the tea, and I fucking love Die Hard, so fuck everyone.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and fucking Merry Chrysler. Fucking, you know what is the real tea? Is if you think about fucking, what the fuck is Bruce Willis's name in Die Hard? Like,
oh my god, what is his name? John McClane.
Yes, John McClane. Why am I supposed to be rooting for him? He's a cop and he takes his shoes off.
We have said in how many episodes, all cops are bastards, blue lives don't matter. It shouldn't be surprising that we're Team Gruber.
We are absolutely Team Gruber. He takes his fucking shoes off like 3 times in that movie. Bruce Willis does, I mean.
He does get glass in them.
He gets glass in his fucking feet, and we're supposed to root for him. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Do you know what? I feel like I have magnets in my feet for glass because I always get glass in them. But that's, the glass caught me slipping because I shouldn't have been barefoot.
No one should. We said barefoot is illegal, and fucking John McClane just broke the law like every single fucking cop that exists out there. Just like overuses his power to be a fucking douchebag. So yeah,
wow.
Team Gruber.
I also think it should be illegal for men to wear tank tops.
What about Ryan Atwood?
Ryan Atwood doesn't count.
You're right. Okay.
He's a king. He wears a choker. We have to respect our bisexual legend.
You're so right. I was such an idiot when I was a teenager because I was like, Seth Cohen is so hot. And then I grew up and I realized that I was a fucking dipshit and that Ryan was the hot one the whole time and Seth is a little baby bitch and I don't
Seth is a
care.
Bitch. Ryan is the hot one. Ryan's like, you know, you could have an actual conversation with Ryan. Seth would be like, oh, have you listened to Death Cab for Cutie? And you're like, yeah.
We have all listened to Death Cab for Cutie. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And yeah, you can have a conversation with Ryan and he'll punch a rich person for you. So, like, it's a win-win. Yeah.
Love it. Marxist fucking superhero, Ryan Atwood.
You're right.
Anyway. I guess we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on. So, okay, so then we go to Carrie and Aiden are also in the shower together. And, well, Carrie's in the shower and then Aiden comes into the shower. And she's just like, what are you doing, buddy? But then he just starts going off about, like, they should get married. Like, oh, what if we went to Hawaii with a couple of our friends? Or, like, what if we went to Aspen and got married on a mountain? And Carrie's just, like, very apprehensive about everything. She's like, I'm not really a Hawaii person. I don't know. And basically it's just
not a Hawaii person.
Like, fucking give me a fucking break. She's like, oh, the only island that exists is the island of Manhattan. I could never be in Honolulu. But
okay, racist.
You're so right. Carrie is, you know, racist.
Like, Who is not a Hawaii person? I'm sorry.
I have never been to Hawaii, but even I know I would be a Hawaii person. I fucking hate being outside in the sun, and I would still love to go to Hawaii. So
Yeah.
eat shit. But Carrie is also just like, she just clearly is like very much too pressured. And Aiden is like, you know, just trying to like put all this stuff on her about like, we should start planning. And she's like, and that's all we get for now before she eventually explodes. So
Before she snaps. And she will snap. And then we go to Miranda getting her ultrasound. And she, like, doesn't care. It's great.
This is probably my favorite scene of the episode where, like, the woman is just like, do you want to know the sex of the baby? And Miranda's like, I guess. Like, I don't, sure. And the doctor's just like, it's a boy! And the doctor's just, like, smiling hugely. Miranda just stares blankly, like, into the camera, like, for a full 5 seconds. She's just staring blankly. And the doctor's like, it's a boy! Again, just to, like, get her excited.
Yeah.
And Miranda's like,
Just
yeah.
to get any reaction out of her, she's not giving anything away. Like, she just not.
Like, this is literally me if I found out I was having a boy. I would just, like, stare into the camera like Danny Khaleesi from the Game of Thrones.
Danny Khaleesi.
Danny Khaleesi, yeah.
I mean, to be honest, like, I think if they told me anything, I'd be like, okay, wig. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, I do not care what the fuck this baby's dick or vagina is like. Like,
Yeah.
as long as their heart's beating okay, I'm cool. But also, who cares? Who honestly gives a shit? I don't know. I get it. I think the thing is she's supposed to be more maternal.
Yeah, like that's Miranda's entire plot this episode is like she's supposed to be like really excited about all this stuff about like her baby, like you found out the sex of your baby and you found out like you got your sonogram, you're supposed to be excited, and she's really just like, I just don't give a shit, and like it's the most valid thing I've ever seen. Like I don't like I just don't care. And
yeah, I don't know.
I love it.
You do love to see it.
You simply love it.
But then she cuts to her and Carrie, and this is where Carrie's wearing the bad outfit.
Yeah, it's not good to see with my eyes.
No.
Yeah.
A big swap from good to see it to bad to see it.
Yeah, it's bad to see it. Yeah, I guess this is where her and Miranda are walking down the street and talking about how freaked out they both are about their situations. And I guess Carrie's coping with being engaged by dressing like someone no one would ever want to talk to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I wore this outfit, no man would like ever speak to me again.
Yeah.
You know the website Man Repeller and how that was kind of founded off the founder dressing in a certain way that just made men not want to talk to her.
Yeah.
This is that. This is a man-repelling outfit. So
this is like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, but like she doesn't realize that Aiden can't tell what she's wearing because he's fashion blind. So like yeah.
She's wearing like a green like full skirt and then like a belt, but the belt's over her midriff, not the skirt. And then she's wearing like a cropped pink button-down shirt, and she also has her hair in a bun, and then like an ivy tiara on the top.
Yeah, she really seems to love to have her hair in these like high buns this episode, because she also had that in the last scene where she was wearing the big pearls.
Yeah, and that fucking Star Wars hair. We'll get to it.
It's like that, except for she could, like, never even dream about being a sci-fi princess, because, like, she just doesn't... She doesn't
have the range.
No! She doesn't deserve sci-fi, because she's Carrie.
No.
But yeah, they're both talking about, like, Miranda's basically like, yeah, like, it's a boy, and I know I'm supposed to be excited, and Carrie's like, it's a boy! Oh my gosh, she's excited. And, like, then Carrie's like, I'm supposed to be excited about my engagement, and I just don't care. I'm not excited. Like, I don't want to try on dresses, and it's me, and all I do is wear fashion and think about shoe, and I don't even want to try on a dress. And
she's like, me? A dress? I love dresses.
What is wrong with me? I'm so cuckoo bananas. I don't want to try on a dress, and it's me. And so Miranda's like, well, what if to get you to try on dresses and get you like excited, we kind of just like rip the Band-Aid off by getting you to try on some like really hideous wedding dresses, like as a funny joke. And then after I buy you some like food, and it will be like my treat.
I feel like every time you say, it'll be really fun, it's never going to be fun.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It's kind of like, you kind of have to just convince yourself it will be fun. The thing is, I would really have a fun time going and trying on hideous, hideous dresses. Like,
Same.
I think that sounds really fun to me.
Yeah, I feel like we could and will definitely do this.
Uh-huh. City Girls Meetup, we're absolutely doing it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I I would love to wear a stupidly huge dress with giant sleeves.
For our podcast wedding.
We should have a commitment ceremony.
Oh my God, we should. And Matt can officiate it because he's the noise space overlord.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's normal.
Oh,
it's
so
normal for your
normal.
boyfriend to officiate a commitment ceremony with you and your friend.
Yeah, it's normal.
But I would be 100% down for this. You wouldn't need to convince me. I'd be there. Even if I was not engaged, I'd be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Clothes? I'm there.
Uh-huh. It would be fun. And Carrie seems to think that this wouldn't actually be fun. And so Miranda's like, okay, well, how about I also try on ugly dresses with you and then we go eat food? And then she's like, okay, fine, we'll do it then. And so they go to the wedding dress store and they tell the women they tell the women like they're trying to like pretend to be sincere about it, and they're just like, oh yeah, like give her, you know, a dress with like huge bows on it, and
yeah. And also, we're both getting married at the same time. Like, it's
we do everything together.
Blondes. Yeah, we do everything together.
Yeah.
And the lady's just like, is this a lesbian wedding?
Yeah, and I hate that they are like, oh, no. It's very, like, straight-laced conservative. Because it's like, just say it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess maybe they're worried that she's going to be like, oh, we don't do that. You know, and ruin the whole thing, but...
Yeah, I guess so. Just go somewhere else. There's like a million wedding stores, but...
Yeah.
Wedding
also,
stores, I say.
These are the type of places you can walk in. Like,
you probably have to make like an appointment, don't you? Like to
it's not
try
like
on
a haircut.
That's true. Just like a walk-in dress fitting, and they, because at first she does seem kind of like, can I help you? But then after they say it's not a lesbian wedding and stuff, she's just like, okay, like I'll see what I can find for you guys, and they then try on these dresses, and they come out of the dressing room, and they look really adorable to me. Like the dresses are obviously just like incredibly like old-fashioned and tacky, but like I think they're really funny and cute.
Yeah, I do have a huge soft spot for like giant sleeves, for like giant Diana, Princess of Wales sleeves. I think they're the best.
Yeah, I really loved Miranda's big poofy sleeves. That was my favorite. Like Carrie's doesn't so much have that. It's more just that it has like a big lacy neck type thing. Like I can't remember exactly, but like Carrie's is not as... I don't like hers as much as Miranda's, because Miranda's is poofy.
It does have sleeves, but they're not as big as Miranda's, and like I kind of feel... I feel like if I were to get married, I would kind of wear an absolutely ridiculous dress. Because what are they going to do, not marry me?
That's true. You wear whatever the fuck you want to your fucking wedding. Yeah.
I'm going to look like Princess Diana, and you're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah. I'm going to show up to my wedding just in full Vriska cosplay, and they're just going to... everyone, my whole family's going to have to deal with it. And so they come out of the dressing rooms, and they're just laughing at each other about how ridiculous they look, and then Carrie just like starts hyperventilating, and she's like, yeah, she freaks out. She's like, get this dress off me, I cannot breathe, like just rip it open, because like Miranda's really struggling to get it off, and then she just like fucking busted open the back, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, she has like a rash all over her back and stuff because she's having a reaction to the dress or something. I don't know.
I don't understand this. Okay, so like first of all, I was like, oh, she's having a panic attack. You know, that's normal.
Yes.
Because she sees herself in the mirror and then she starts freaking out. So I'm like, she's having a panic attack. But then she breaks out in a rash. I'm like, okay, well, that's hives. Like, I've broken out in hives, you know, when I haven't been allergic to anything. I've just been in a situation or whatever.
Like, is it? It's like a physical reaction instead of like a panic attack. It's like I don't know if it's supposed to be both. I really don't know what they're going for here.
No.
Like, because it would
see her.
Yeah,
we see her later, and she still has the rash, and it's like that's not how
They
that
really-
works.
Yeah, they really
Unless
didn't
she
have to
was
show it
allergic-
to us.
Unless she was allergic to the detergent or something they used.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like it would have been more impactful if it had just been like a straight up panic attack, no rash, because it's like genuinely just an emotional physical reaction to things rather than like an allergic physical reaction to things. So I don't know, but I guess she got a legit rash from it, and we then just like cut to brunch after Miranda busts the dress open, and Carrie is like, my body is physically rejecting marriage. Like, I think I just shouldn't be getting married. Like, yeah, no fucking kidding. Like, I know you have a pea-sized brain, but like, I don't know how it took you this long to figure out that you shouldn't be getting married to Aiden.
Yeah. And then, so we cut to brunch, and Charlotte's like, oh, it's just cold feet, it's fine. And everyone else is like, are you sure?
Yeah, because she's like, like, everyone gets anxious about being engaged. Maybe you just have, like, a lower tolerance for the anxiety. Like, like, generally, though, like, I felt a sense of security from being engaged. Like, this is going to be good, and I'm going to be happy. And Carrie's just like, okay, but I'm secure now. Like, I feel fine now. Like, why do things have to change? Because that's the part that's making me not secure. And Miranda's like, okay, why did you say yes? Miranda's really just like, no bullshit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do something so stupid? And Carrie's just like,
I understand. The thing is, I understand Carrie's point of view. Like, as much as I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to marry someone, don't say yes. It's different when someone's proposing to you and you do love them, but maybe you don't want to get married. But at the same time, I'm like, you knew he was going to propose to you? So why didn't you have this conversation before he did that?
She had so much time to think about it, and she had already decided she was going to say no because she knew it was wrong for her. Yeah. And then her rationale here is like, well, I love him. And like, when someone gets down on one knee and shows you a ring, you say yes. Like, you don't, what else are you supposed to do? And it's like, you do not have to say yes because someone did that. Even if you love them and want to still be with them, you do not have to say yes to them. Like, that's the part I don't get. I know it's hard. But
it is. But like, even if she said like, oh, I don't ever want to get married, like before he even proposed, not even name a name, she just goes, oh no, I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married in the next 5 years, say. Right? That's not on my, I don't want to get married. I love you and I want to spend time with you, but I don't want to get married.
Yes.
Then
that would be a good
just not
conversation.
propose to her. He can just not propose to her. It's that simple.
Yes. Like, especially since they were already having the moving in conversation, it would be a very good time to be able to just be like, I'm happy at the pace things are going. This is a big step for me already. And, like, this is already a lot. Like, you don't even necessarily need to say straight up, please don't propose to me, because that obviously is an awkward thing to say. But you can suggest it in other ways that, like, this is big for me and I'm happy right now. And this is all I'm comfortable with for the time being. Like, there's so many other ways you can do it. Carrie just cannot communicate. And Miranda's like, you should talk to Aiden about this because, like, you just need to communicate. Like, you're just going to freak out about this forever otherwise. And she's like, oh, no, it's just going to break his heart if I don't want to marry him. And it's like, oh, you're going to break his heart anyway. Sad. Oh, no, are you afraid of breaking Aiden's heart? Like, could you do that? Could you do something so cruel?
Like, didn't you cheat on him?
Oh, my God. It's like, I swear to God, I don't know what's wrong with her. I just can't.
No.
I can't with her. Yeah.
No. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's stressful. It really is. My favorite part about the scene, though, is Charlotte not, like, when Samantha's like, I don't ever want to get married. And Charlotte's like, never?
Yeah.
As if this isn't Samantha saying it.
Yeah. I was like, how is this news to you? You've known her for, like, years. I don't understand what is new about this. What's going on?
every conversation you have with her, like, more evidence that she doesn't want to settle down with someone. She doesn't even want to be someone's girlfriend, let alone someone's wife. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's wild. But Charlotte is just so fixed in her brain that every single person wants, like, is hardwired for, like, the exact same, you know, like, life outcomes.
It's the most fucking, like, Republican fucking WASP thing that, like, oh, wait, you're telling me that, like, not everyone wants the exact same thing as me?
Yeah, Charlotte's basically just like, Samantha does not want nuclear family. Like, it does not compute. And then Charlotte's head explodes because she doesn't understand. And yeah, that's what happens.
So, so then obviously Carrie's freaking out. And she's like, when I freak out, I just want to buy cigarettes. And she goes to buy cigarettes from a news kiosk, but then changes her mind and gets some bridal magazines. And then she's at home thinking with her pea-sized brain.
If you can call it that. Thinking, I mean, you can call it pea-sized, but... Yeah, she's reading her bridal magazines, and she's like, maybe I can just, like, program myself into thinking that I want to be married by looking at bridal magazines and deciding, like, what I want to do, and maybe I'll, like, suddenly be excited and into it. And then, like, Aiden is, like, because he's about to break the wall down to make it so that because he's gonna make it so that the apartment next door and that apartment are combined so that they have more space. And so he's in the middle of breaking the wall down to join the apartments together, and he's, like, hammering through the wall with, like, a big machine thing, and he's playing super loud music, and then suddenly she just starts having, like, she just starts getting very, very manic, and she's, like, freaking out and being like, Aiden, stop. And she, like, runs over and, like, she basically gets, like, hyperventilating, kind of like, I can't do this.
And it's so dramatic. Like, there's, like, slow-mo, like, hitting the wall, and she goes over, and she's like, Aiden, I can't do it. And it's just...
He's just like, babe, I told you I was going to be hammering the wall down today.
Babe, like, I'm hammering.
Babe, come on, chill, I'm hammering. But, like, it's like, that's clearly not what the problem is. She's clearly not freaking out because you're hammering the wall, like, but,
yeah,
okay, bud. And then she's just like, okay, no, it's not that. It's the marriage stuff. It's too much. I don't think I'm ready to get married yet. Like, I'm freaking out. It's just so much for me right now. And Aiden is, like, pretty understanding. Like, he's like, this is catching me off guard, but, like, we will deal with it. Like, yeah, let's just chill for a bit. Like, he cracks a joke. Makes it funny.
He is very understanding. Like,
yes.
You know, he understands that it is a bit much and she's feeling pressured by it, and he's very good about the whole thing.
So far, he is, at least.
Yeah, so for the time being. Let's jump to conclusion.
Yeah. But then he's just like, well, how much time do you think you need? Like, 6 months, 9 months, a year? And she's just like, which year?
Ugh.
And it's like, girl, you really fucked up. You really fucked this up bad. But they say they love each other, and they just kind of, he holds her, and they're like, okay, we'll slow things down.
Yeah.
They're still engaged, but, like, nothing, they're going to put off planning anything for the foreseeable future, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then we can see Magda.
We do. Okay, I just realized I was just looking at IMDb, and she's like Max from the Hunger Games.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally did not recognize her. I've only seen the Hunger Games, like, once, so, like, I don't remember. And she's, like, not a huge role, so, but...
I was just like, oh, of course it's her. Which,
definitely. Yeah, I recognize it now. Damn, I haven't seen it in so long. She hasn't been on Sex and the City in a while, because her last appearance must have been in, like, season 2 or 3 or something like that. Like,
yeah.
She is just doing her usual housekeeping duty stuff, and then she sees the sonogram, the picture on, I don't know, the table or the fridge or something, and she comes over, and Miranda's like, oh yeah, it's, baby, and then she mentions that it's a boy, and then Magda's just like, oh, a boy is good luck. Boy, smile, Miranda. And Miranda's just, like, staring completely straight-faced at her.
Well, she's like, smile.
Smile for boy?
Smile for boy? Smile for
It's
boy.
good luck.
Which
Smile.
I guess is also what men shout at me when I'm walking down the street.
That truly fucking is.
Yeah.
God. And it's also like, what do you mean it's good luck? Like, it wouldn't be bad luck if it was a girl? Or would it be neutral luck? I don't understand.
If you have a girl, then you need to throw her in a fire because
Yeah, you're just
girls are
cursed for
bad.
life. They're stinky and have cooties, so, but
Yeah.
boy, smile for boy. And
Smile for boy? Smile for boy? Smile for fucking boy, Miranda.
I hate this so much. Miranda should be on Nathan For You because of, like, the blank stare she can do when someone is, like, trying to get a reaction out of her and she just stares completely blank and emotionless. Like, she could do that, just like
It's
Nathan
iconic.
Fielder. Mm-hmm. It's
I-
really good.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
Yeah, and she eventually fakes the smile, just like she faked the smile at the sonogram too. Like, eventually, after staring blankly for like 10 seconds, she like fakes it, and so she does this with Magda too. She just pretends to smile, and Magda's like, "Oh, I'm so happy you smiled," clap, 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 and then continues doing her job.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that is it. We haven't seen Magda in ages. I forgot about Magda. I thought she was only brought in to be like a nanny, but then I remembered the dildo incident.
Yeah, the like, was it Mary who was the statue in her thing, or was it Jesus? I can't remember.
Yeah, of course it was Mary.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't remember if it was her or Jesus. They're both the only kind of figures that I can imagine being a figurine of.
It was like, Madonna.
I'm kind of surprised that Barbie never tried to like capitalize on like nativity scenes. Like, how come there's no like Barbies?
Barbie and Ken, and then fucking, what was her name? Skipper as like the baby Jesus.
Just, yeah, like Barbie's nativity scene. Like, she would fucking rock it. She could be anything. She could be a wise man. She could be a fucking angel. She could be Mary. She could be Jesus. She could be anyone at that scene.
They're just all Barbie because Barbie is that fucking iconic.
She's that bitch. She could be any of them. She could be one of the sheep for all we know. Like,
To fuck off Daniel Day-Lewis, Barbie is the method actress, like, of our dreams.
she really is. Like, it'd be amazing. Anyway, someone should make this. I should be working for Mattel or whoever makes Barbie.
Yeah.
Anyway, then we go to one of my favorite scenes of the episode, which is the Charlotte tap dance scene again.
Yeah.
Where the instructor like wants her to dance alone in front of everybody, and she like freaks out.
Also, again, IMDb, the instructor was the Wiz from The Wiz.
Okay, this guy looked so familiar to me. I knew him from somewhere.
I
Yeah.
think because he kind of looks like Keith David. And I was like, is that Keith David? But he's the Wiz from The Wiz, so.
Got it. Yeah, he's definitely like a person, like a someone, like not just some random who was cast to be in this.
No.
So yeah, but Charlotte's like freaking out because he wants her to dance in front of everybody alone, and she's just like, I don't have a partner, and then
they're dancing to Tea for Two, and everyone is dancing down with their little fucking partner, and she doesn't have a partner, and he's like, just do it alone. You can do it alone. And it's a metaphor, so she's getting all upset.
She gets fucking rattled. She literally yells across the room, I can't do this alone. I have no partner and this song is abusive. And I want you to think real hard about how rude it is to do this to someone who's going through a divorce. And she just straight up like yells at him. And then she's like, I came here to have a good time. And she just fucking storms out. And it's so good. I just love Kristen Davis so much.
I love it. She's amazing.
She's just powerful. I love it.
And that's kind of just the entire scene is that. It's just
That's
her being
it.
like, yeah.
That is like the wrap up of Charlotte's entire story this week. Like, I think that's the end. I don't think she does anything else.
No, she doesn't do a single fucking thing this episode. She just like shows up at this gala we see later, and that's it.
Yeah. As like a supporting character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then speaking of, that's what we go to next.
Yes.
So Rich is having like a black and white ball for his hotel for charity. I don't know. You know how, like, rich people are always having, like, galas and balls and shit? It's one of those.
It's one of those, and, like, rich people have no idea what a good theme is, so they're like, what if we do black and white ball?
Oh.
And it's like,
And obviously,
that's so boring.
okay, it's so boring. First of all, 2 colours, fuck you. Also, Carrie is wearing white when she's, you know, been talking about how she doesn't want to get married and she's wearing a white dress.
Oh, it's a metaphor, Hazel Grace.
Ugh. And this is where she has the fucking Princess Leia. Like, this is like a knockoff Princess Leia costume because she has a white dress and she has her hair in like a mohawk chignon.
It is something.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. I hate it.
She just is really full of terrible looks this episode. Like, I didn't like.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single scene this episode where I was like happy to see what she was wearing. Yeah. I think it's just a reflection of her character to me.
100%.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
And yeah, her and Charlotte and Miranda are all like chatting, and Carrie's like, do you realize that you're growing a teeny tiny penis inside of you?
Which, okay, I have thought about this, of like, if I get pregnant, there's a 50% chance I'm going to have a penis inside of me, and like,
For like 9 months straight.
disgusting.
It is
That's
disgusting.
disgusting.
That's weird.
Disgusting.
It is weird to think about, just to have a penis inside of you for 9 months straight. And then she tells Miranda that it's so sci-fi, as if she knows what sci-fi is.
I know. Well, I was a cesarean, so I've never touched my mom's vagina.
I was also cis. Oh my god, we're twins! I love that. We could kill Macbeth. Yeah, we're amazing.
Yeah, we would kill Macbeth. Also, we have, like, siblings, but, like, kind of not really. Like, we had the benefit of growing up as only children, but also having siblings, which is very confusing.
Exactly.
We're the same person. We're twin flames.
Oh my god, you're so true. You're so right.
Mm-hmm.
And then Charlotte's just like, oh my god, you're having a boy, because she didn't know, I guess. Yeah. And Miranda just does her fake smile again for Charlotte. She's getting really good at it now. She's getting good at having the reaction faster.
But she also says that she thinks she's going to pull a muscle because of the amount of smiling she's doing.
Yeah, which is very funny to think about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way she's smiling, maybe, yes, because she does it real big to let people know that, oh, yes, I am excited to have penis child. So, yes. And then we find out, well, Samantha's talking to the gossip columnist guy, because he's also there, because I guess that's his job, I guess, is to cover what people do. Mm-hmm.
She also looks like $1 million fucking dollars. She's wearing like a white and black leopard print dress, and she looks so good.
She looks amazing. Like,
and
Richard
it has
is so fucking lucky. Yeah.
It has like a fucking slit up to her vagina.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's real fucking good. She is talking to Gossip Guy, and he's just like, oh, look at them over there. You know, like, it's Richard and some other woman talking. And I don't even think it's BB London. It's some other girl that he's, like, canoodling with. And Gossip Guy is like, rumor has it they fucked in every single one of his hotels. Which, who is getting this information, first of all? But then Samantha she goes over to the gals, because she's like, I fucking hate this. I'm pissed. I hate everything. And she goes up to them and she's just like, I think I caught monogamy from one of you. And
she's fuming. She really does, like, fucking dig into them. And she's like, I caught it from you. It's still your fault. I fucking hate you.
It is really funny. Well, I mean, she doesn't normally want to be monogamous. And she's like, I don't want to fuck a single other person here. Richard is the only person whose dick I want. And I'm pissed because I'm like, all these other men are just trash compared to him. And then he's fucking all these other women. And it's like, what am I supposed to do?
And Aiden is like a real feminist ally, because he's like, what about that guy over there? Because he asked if I knew you. And I'm like, fucking good man. Like,
I love it. Yeah. It is really good.
He's looking out for his girls. I gotta support that.
I do like that we see Aiden hang out with the girls so much more than we ever saw big, hang out with the girls. Because, like,
100%. And he seems to have actual relationships with them and fucking know who they are. And be like, this is what each girl's personality is like. I know these bitches, you know?
Yeah, he's, like, a good friend, a good boyfriend who knows what his partner's friends are like.
Yeah.
Big is, like, I can't be fucked to show up at an event with your friends. And if I do, I'll be, like, 2 hours late. And then I'll leave after 10 minutes. And I will talk to you in my cab and be a jackass. Like, that's literally what Big does. Like, it's
I hate him so
shitty.
much.
Like, I cannot imagine having a partner who doesn't get along well with your friends. Like, it's just wild to me. Like, obviously you'll want to do stuff with your friends alone, or you'll want to do stuff with your partner alone, but, like, they should be able to coexist and, like, have a good time together. Like,
weirdly, I was friends with Matt before I was friends with you.
That's right. Right? Yeah. Because, you knew Matt through PGOT, and, I mean, I was friends with Matt for years before. I don't remember where I was going with that, but...
No.
Yeah, but, like, obviously...
He's my girlfriend, and I was like, I'm gonna steal your girlfriend from you, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's like, if he didn't get along with my other friends, it's like, I don't, like, well, first of all, I can't really imagine that happening because he does get along with, like, everybody, but still.
Yeah, I feel like, unless there's, like, a personality clash, which I guess would be understandable, but if they just, like, didn't even want to spend time with them, there's an issue.
Yeah, no, for sure. That would be a bad time.
Yeah.
So Samantha, she goes up to Richard and he's just like, what's happening, beautiful? And then she just like grabs him by the balls. She basically just grabs him by the balls and like, I like to imagine that she just fully lifts him up like 2 feet in the air by his balls.
Yeah.
And she's like, just how many women are you fucking? I'm your publicist and it's a bad look for you.
She's like, you know, investors won't trust you. And he's like, you mean you won't trust me? And she's like, yeah. How many people are you fucking, my guy?
Yeah, like, how many holes is your dick been in this week alone? And
that's a good question for anyone, I think.
It is a good to know that number because, you know, I mean, it should be countable. But
unless you have like some sort of whatever number dyslexia is, I've forgotten. Unless you have number dyslexia.
Yeah, that I feel like that seems a bit different because it's like I feel like it's physically hard to have so much sex that you forget how many holes you've put your dick into in 1 week.
Yeah, I feel like if you can't count past 7,
issue. Well, that's assuming that there's 1 different hole per day.
True. All right, so we're saying like 21 as max number of holes.
3 holes per day, 7 days a week. I don't know, because you could do like multiple different holes with 1 person.
Yeah, and exactly. So I'm saying if you do multiple holes with like a different person a day.
Right.
Top number of holes is 3.
Maximum,
so that's...
But there becomes a limit where, like, after that, it probably, like, I feel like after 21, you're probably not going to go too much higher than that.
No, I feel like double digits is, like, you know.
Yeah, and that would be, like, a really banging week. Like, you couldn't, it's not sustainable.
No, that's not on every week. No. That's, like, a lot of energy, really.
Mostly like, just to find that many people. Like, who knows that many people and that many holes? Like,
I know.
I don't know.
Like, damn, I wish I had interest in that many holes a week. You know, it's hard to find.
Yeah, I'm happy I don't have interest in that many holes because then I would just feel unfulfilled all the time.
Okay. I need to literally be filled
all the time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I gotta edit this. I'm not looking forward to it. Future Alex, I'm so sorry.
It'll be fine. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, and then, okay, so she's basically just like, well, he basically says to her, like, look, if you have a problem with that, like, you know I'm not the monogamous type. And then she's like, well, maybe I am. And Richard's just like, okay, well, baby, I'm not. And then she just, like, walks away. She storms off, and then she goes and fucks a gossip guy in the bathroom.
Yeah, and he goes soft.
Okay, this is what I don't get. He goes soft while he is inside of her.
Yeah.
I feel like
He's not
once you get in, I feel like you're good.
I feel like that's a situation where he comes prematurely, you know?
Yeah, he would have had to do that. Otherwise, it seems kind of like, I feel like if people are getting soft before, like, in the middle of sex, it's probably, like, before they get into any holes, not once they're in the hole. Because it's like, once you're in the hole, you're like, I think you're good to go.
And, like, I'm not being funny, but I feel like a premature situation has happened nearly every time I've ever had sex with someone with a dick.
Oh no.
Like, it's like, okay, I did come, but I'm gonna keep going. And I'm like, good for you, babe.
Well, as long as they have that dedication, that is, pretty all-star.
I can't complain. If you're gonna keep going. Like, I can't complain.
As long as you're not gonna do, like, a tray situation of being like, well, that's the nut, and then you just roll over and it's like, okay. All right, then. But
good night.
Yeah, this guy is basically just like, oh shit, this never happens. Like, I swear to God, this never happens. Like, you can call like 3 different women and they could tell you that this has never happened with them before. And he's like trying to fix it.
It happens all the fucking time.
Like, it's like it happens, and also they've been drinking and stuff, so like it happens. Yeah, and Samantha's
and it's apparently the first time Samantha didn't care about that sort of situation, and she just leaves. She just walks out the bathroom door and she's bored of it. And then Richard comes along and he's like, oh, maybe I was a bit too harsh with the whole, like, no monogamy thing, and we should have a talk about it. And then JJ, Lin-Manuel Miranda, walks out and he's like, zips up his trousers and he's like, oh, I'm all right, babe. And then Richard goes, oh, Samantha, never change. It's fine. And just goes straight back to the way it was.
Yeah, and she for a second, she's kind of just like, oh, he couldn't even keep it hard, like, which is really funny. It's just like, yeah, that's definitely what he's commenting on, is just how hard he was. Yeah. But yeah, that's like the end of their story for this episode. Things are going to be the same, it seems like. And then we go to this is like the main kind of ending to the episode. I mean, there's still a couple more scenes, but like this is the big fun scene that I hate. And Carrie and Aiden are walking outside, and he's just like, you've really never looked more beautiful before. Like, you're wearing that white dress. What if we just got married tonight? Like, I got this tux for another 14 hours. Let's just go to City Hall and just do it. Let's just do it. Like,
and she's like, we're going too fast.
She's like, okay, but like, what about what we talked about? Because we talked about me being a little bit afraid about all of this, and he was like, okay, we didn't talk about it. You talked and I listened. And it's like, okay, but you literally were like, it's okay. We'll move slowly. Like, he was like reassuring her that it was fine and they would move more slowly. And like, I know he's probably had some drinks, so he's probably just like, I'm just gonna get this off my chest. This is what I want. But like, he's like, I don't know what's gonna change for you. Like, I feel like I'm ready now, and like, maybe you need to be pushed. Like, maybe you need to be put into that place where it's like, let's just get it over with. And he's kind of like, I don't know why it's such a big deal. It's literally just like this stupid piece of paper. And Carrie's like, okay, but like, if it's just a stupid piece of paper, then why do you care so much about it? Like, why do you need it so bad if it's just this piece of paper? And the news comes out that, he's like, well, I want you to be mine forever, and I want you to be my wife, and sorry, I can't say my wife without laughing. But anyway, he's like, I want you to be my wife, and I want you to be my forever person. And she's like, why do we need to get married for you to know that? And why does that need to be the case? And
well, he says, I want you to be mine. She's like, who else would I be?
Yes.
And then he's like,
There is like this awkward silence where they just stare at each other, and she's like, well, I can't marry you to make you trust me. Like, that's not how it works. And she is right about that, but like, I understand why he wants to lock things down when she has been like that in the past. But I don't know why the marriage would stop her if she was gonna have like some kind of relapse and just like go fuck big again. And also it's just kind of like, I don't know, like putting that pressure on her is just gonna make her run away from you. I don't understand. Like, it's clearly not what she wants. And
I don't know, like, getting married has never stopped anyone from cheating.
No, exactly.
I understand his thought process and also the fact that he's probably drunk and everything, but like that's never stopped anyone from cheating. And like, if you're worried about that, if you're worried that she's not going to be faithful, that's a conversation you need to have with her. Or because you either need to have that conversation or not be in a relationship in the first place.
Yes. Because, like, it is, like, the idea of being married is nice for reasons, but I feel like if you're using that as, like, a gauge of trust, it's not a good measurement of that. And, yeah, I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's like, but she's still the same Carrie no matter what, if you have a piece of paper or if you don't. And basically, they kind of realize that where this conversation has gone, and, like, then he also does mention, like, you don't even wear the ring on your fucking finger. Like, it's just, it's hard for him to trust her. And
yeah,
but like, it's been this way the whole time. I don't know what to tell you, bud. She cheated on you once. Like, you don't have to be with her. It's like that. So, but they basically just walk away. Like, he is like, I'm gonna sleep in the other apartment tonight. And then he leaves, and she's just standing there.
And then we, like, briefly go to Miranda as she's flossing her teeth and she feels a kick. And then that's when she gets all the maternal feelings and she's all over the moon and everything. And it's very cute.
It's very cute, because it's like, I like to see Miranda happy.
Yeah, same.
And she doesn't have to be excited about a stupid finding out the sex of your baby. Like, fuck off. Yeah. And also let her be happy about whatever she wants to be happy about.
Uh-huh. And I definitely get it. Like, it's, you know, they used to have that before they had like sonograms and stuff. It used to be the kick of the baby was when you were like, oh shit, I'm pregnant, you know?
Yeah, true.
Because that's when you were like, oh, wig, okay.
A wig.
I like the idea of some like medieval woman being like, a wig? Which would be me, because I would be, you know, the same woman as I am now, just fucking roaring a bunch of guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I'm pregnant? Wig, okay.
Yeah. And then we go back to Carrie, and she's like not able to sleep, and she just gets up and goes to the other apartment to see Aiden, and they lie on the floor together and they just cuddle, and then her voiceover basically just says the next day Aiden moved out.
Yeah, he moved out. R.I.P. R.I.P.D.
R.I.P., but also I'm kind of relieved to be at the end of this. Like,
yeah, I'm just fucking over it. Like, neither of them seemed happy.
No, like, I feel like they were just really faking it most of the time. Like, I feel like Aiden was faking it in some ways where he had to kind of, like, try to convince himself that he still trusted Carrie. Carrie was just faking it in the sense that, like, she became bored of Aiden once, like, and she clearly didn't really want to commit that much to him anymore. Like, I don't know. It's just been a long time coming. I am very excited to see. Well, I'm not excited because I know, like, that there's a bunch of other horseshit that's going to come up. But, like, I'm excited to not have to think about this plot anymore for a while, I think. So, yeah.
Oh, don't worry about that. We will still be fucking talking about Aiden until the cows come home, but...
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty much it.
That's the episode. That's the fucking end of the episode. It's fucking downer ending. But they are basically broken up. So I guess we do our rankings. I think Miranda's my top this week because I really just felt her with the whole, like, people thinking you should be really excited about all this shit that, like, you don't have to be excited about to be a normal fucking human. And
Yeah.
so she's my top. And then probably... I think my cast is a hairball. Anyway, I think Charlotte's probably my second, just because I really liked her outburst. I just really love Kristen Davis. And then Samantha, because she is... Nanu, are you okay? Nanu hates Carrie.
Sorry. I'm losing over fucking Nanu. Please.
I don't understand why he even coughs up anything, because he's got like 10 times less hair than Looker. I don't get it.
Oh.
But Samantha's my third and Carrie's my bottom because she fucking sucks ass all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, Carrie is definitely the bottom this week. I'm gonna agree with you, I think. Because
Nice.
yeah, I don't know. I wish Samantha kind of stuck up for herself a bit more.
Yeah, no, same. I kind of wish that she had actually been like, I wish that at that point she hadn't just been like, okay, well, what if I just go fuck the gossip guy? Because like, it's valid of her to have done it, but it's kind of just like, I don't know. I feel like she had already said, I don't really want to fuck anyone here. I feel like she should have just left or something. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that's kind of it for the
That's
episode.
it.
We do have one question though.
We do. I only just saw that we have a question because we didn't have any earlier. So if you want to send us a question, you can send it to citygirlsmakedo.tumblr.com/ask. So our ask from today is from frequent question asker 2x2Furious, who is saying, Carrie wears a couple truly awful outfits this episode. What the worst fashion choice you've ever made?
I've never stepped a foot wrong ever in my life.
I think the worst choice I've ever made has not been so much a fashion choice as it has been that I've spent more than 1 year of my life with a center part, and I do not look good with a center part. Which, to me, is still a fashion thing because it's part of your, like, overall look and style.
Yeah.
And I cannot pull off anything but bangs, so, like, that's it.
I mean, like, again, with the hair stuff, like, I did used to do, like, I mean, I guess, like, this is for my black people. I used to do, like, the box relaxers you get from the fucking beauty supply store.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't think you should ever fucking use, because they will burn your fucking head and your hair will melt. Your hair will melt. Right, like, I used to do those to make my hair straight, and it didn't really work. And then a little while later, I started dyeing my hair. So truly, it was just, like, fucking disgusting for a while. And now I'm all gorgeous and natural and keeping a good look after it. But, like, it was a bad idea. Don't use fucking relaxers you can buy for, like, £7.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things that, like, you gotta really be nice to your hair. And I say this, like, as if I don't, like, every 3 months get my hair lightened and then dyed. But, like...
But, like, at least that's by a professional and not, like, you're not paying, like, $7 for, like, a box.
Yeah, and it's
of
mostly
chemicals to straighten your hair.
Yeah, I mostly, like, I try to be really gentle and kind to my hair, like, the rest of the time when I'm not getting it, like, colored. Well, when I get it colored, it's not like it's fried or anything, because it's not like I'm getting it full-on bleach. I just get it, like, lightened a little bit. But, like, I very rarely use heat styling on my hair because, like, I like to keep it long most of the time, and so, like, I don't want it to be all, like, fried, and so, like, I try to not heat style it, and I only wash it, like, every 2 to 3 days, and, like, I condition the fucking living shit out of it when I do it. And I'm very, very kind to my hair. But other fashion choices, like, I don't know. I feel like the only time I ever feel like I'm making bad fashion choices these days are if I just don't put any effort in and I literally just go outside wearing, like, a hoodie. And I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But
I think I remember, like, I guess in terms of fashion, like, I did have a period where I wore... During my very early emo phase, I would wear, like, very tight t-shirts, which were not flattering, I'm sure. But, I don't know, I also didn't take very many pictures of myself, so, like, those incidences did not exist.
Yeah. I have some photos of myself as a teenager where I'm wearing, like, some choices of clothes. I honestly, like, don't think most of what I wore when I was a teen was, like, that bad or anything. Like, I wore a lot of very colorful stuff, is the thing.
I mostly wore, like, jeans and t-shirts. Like, I don't think that's ever gonna really go out of style. Like, it wasn't flattering because my clothes didn't really fit me.
Yeah.
But
I guess anything before I started wearing skinny jeans was a really bad look.
You see, I'm young enough that I went, like, straight into skinny jeans.
I went into skinny jeans, but not until, like, sometime in, like, high school. Like,
yeah.
I don't remember, but, like, the big thing when I was in middle school was the 1-inch zipper jeans. So there were these jeans, like, they were called Dorinas. I don't know if that's where they were called everywhere, but there was this one brand of jeans that you bought that was so popular, and they were like $80 a pair of jeans. So everyone who was like 12 years old had to ask their mom to go buy them a pair of fucking $80 jeans. And their whole gimmick was literally just that they have a 1-inch zipper, and they're like the low-waisted jeans, which like I would never wear low-waisted pants ever again in my life. And
no, absolutely fucking never. Like,
just
I'm
terrible.
starting to warm up to wearing like baggy trousers again.
Yeah.
I'm warming up to that. I'm moving away from the skinny situation, but still.
I think there's definitely ways to not be wearing skinny jeans to still wear good pants. Because I think, like, to me, the thing I don't like is I don't want to wear flared pants at all.
Absolutely not.
That was the thing that was really big when I was, like, in grade 5. I remember flared pants were, like, a really big thing, and I loved it. I was like, this fucking rules. And it was, like, now in hindsight, I'm like, what the fuck was 10-year-old me thinking? Like, truly just a nightmare world to live in. But that's, you know. Yeah.
I remember I had, like, a phase where I wore, like, really, like, flowy linen skirts with, like, big belts and, like, flowy top.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that was kind of bad. But now I'm like, no, that was my Stevie Nicks phase, and I was 12.
Oh, that is really cute.
Yeah.
I think when I was 12, I just didn't have a sense of style.
No. I mean, you're a fucking, like, I feel like I haven't, as an adult, I've never had, like, a moment where I'm like, oh, no, that was a bad idea. What was I thinking? I'm just kind of, you know.
Well, that's the thing is, like, when you look back at it, it's like you were 12. You're not supposed to be, like, a style icon. You're not supposed to be, like, attractive. You're, like, a kid. So
yeah, exactly.
It's not, like, I don't know. I don't really find it that embarrassing to look back at things from, like, my teenage or youth years where it's, like, sometimes I'm like, wow, this is just the era of, like, internet culture was embarrassing, but, like, my actual self I don't find embarrassing, really. Like,
no,
I mean,
exactly. Like, anything before the age of 18, I'm like, I didn't know who the fuck I was, so why would I give a shit that I was wearing, like, unflattering clothing, you know?
Literally. Like, nothing really matters. So,
no. Like, the only
fine.
thing I find embarrassing from that era is that I was, like, a just, you know, insecure prick. Like, I was kind of mean to people when I didn't have to be.
Yeah, I feel like same. It's kind of like just like some of the things that I found funny are just things I would just absolutely not find funny now. Where like a fucking like 16-year-old me would definitely watch Family Guy, and I'm like, yeah, that's the embarrassing thing about being 16. It has nothing to do with the things I was wearing or how I looked.
No.
It's entirely just the shit like that.
No, the fact that I was like some chubby, awkward teenager is completely valid, but the idea that I was like not a very nice person to be around is the more upsetting part.
Yeah,
you know?
Truly.
So
yeah.
So
the worst style I ever
like
had was watching Family Guy.
True. I don't feel like I've ever done anything wrong in my life, at least fashion-wise.
Yeah, fashion-wise, we're both angels. So, I mean, you've seen our outfits. We're fucking good as shit. So
join our Discord and we will post selfies and you'll go, oh my god, these girls are just limiting themselves to their voices.
Yeah, you're so right.
They're so pretty.
Everyone should join our Discord.
Yeah.
Right? True. Everyone join our Discord. There's a link to our Discord on our Twitter. There's a link to our Discord on our Patreon. If you go there, you can find the link there. It's good.
You can find the link quite eissly. I mean, otherwise you could DM us and we'll send it to you. Like, come join us. It's fine.
You should. It's a really good time. You should particularly find it on our Patreon, though, so that if you want to also give us money, you can do that at the same time.
True.
Because if you go to the Patreon, you can give us like $1 a month to be a haymower, and you get a special role in the Discord that we just told you to join. And you get access to bonus content, which like we're gonna be recording our first Keanu episode probably in the next like couple weeks.
Christmas present?
Christmas present. You deserve it for being such loving patrons, and we love you so much. And you also get access to the Secret Looker and Nanu Discord channel, which is where you get to see all the most amazing forbidden photos of the boys. So that's if you just give $1 a month. You can get any of that stuff. If you give $5 a month, you can be a cardboard cutout of a baby. You just get all of that stuff, plus a more special Discord role. Plus, you get a shout out in the podcast. So, shout out to Summer Geist, Josiah Lachi, Siberian Pine Hardwood, Jennifer Snyder, Dan Mike Dawson Silva, Matt Ribeiro, and PR the Disaster. So, thank you so much for giving us $5 a month. And if you want, you can also submit stuff for us to read in Steve voice. So, that is another thing we can do, or that I can do. And $10, you can be Mr. Big Spender. And you can give us the big time money, and you basically get all those other rewards. Plus, you can also listen to us record live on the day that we record, which, it's really fun. If you were listening to this episode, you just really hear us just go real off the rails. It's good shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually a Tuesday, evening anyway, so
yeah,
it's FYI.
It's nice and relaxing. It's good and chill, so we love it.
Obviously, you don't have to donate, and we're very, whatever financial situation you're in, we understand. Yeah. It's just very nice if you can.
If you do donate, we are Trudeau emoji. Pray, bow, we love it, and thank you. If not, we also love you too, just for listening.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. You're all valid. We love you.
We feel the opposite. What?
I was gonna say all the money just goes to, at least for me, I just spend it all on fucking traveling to my acting classes, so technically you're supporting the arts.
You're supporting the arts. What I was gonna say is we feel the opposite way about you that we do about cops. If you're a listener, it's the opposite. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're a reverse cop because you're, helping,
you're supporting
people.
LGBTQ artists.
You're supporting Black artists, LGBTQ artists, women.
A redhead.
the most underprivileged minority, genitals.
You're supporting Liquor and Nanu?
Yeah.
You're putting food on Matt's table?
You're supporting the artists, supporting art and shit. I don't fucking know. Mm-hmm. Anyway, whatever. Do what you want. It's your money.
Yeah, you do you. And we'll just be here making podcasts anyway, regardless.
So. If we got no money, we'd still do it. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
We love to do it. So that is podcast for the week. We're done. I guess if you want to find me online, you could find me at Age of Oddish on Twitter or at Windfall Island on Tumblr. That's where I am.
Yeah. That's where she is. And if you wanted to find me, then I'm on Tumblr at Dork Phoenix. Classic.
Eternal.
And Twitter at Alex Lavargo. Also, I really need to pee again.
That is so valid of you. You are an icon, and you deserve it.
I have the bladder of a fucking chihuahua.
I have the brain of a fucking chihuahua, so together we make one chihuahua.
We are Tinkerbell.
Oh my god, we are. That's really cute.
Anyway.
Wait, why is that related to a chihuahua?
Because that was Paris Hilton's chihuahua's name, was Tinkerbell.
Oh, right. I thought you meant the Peter Pan character, and I was like...
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got it. Got you.
But also we are Tinkerbell the fairy. But we're Tinkerbell the dog, too.
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, Mohe Everyday Gamers...
Yeah, so long and good night. Fuck cops.
Fuck cops. Bye, gamers. Bye.
Bye.